Hey, it's Kyle, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little more serious. It's going to be about my eating disorders, anorexia and bulimia. I've currently been recovering for a month now, so I feel like it's okay to talk about this. And I have been properly diagnosed. I'm not trying to do this for attention. And again, I'm trying to do this for awareness and not attention, so people don't make the same mistakes I did if it's not too late. And I have been asked to make this video as well. If you hear background noise, it's my rabbit. But yeah, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but obviously you already know. If anything that has to do with anorexia or bulimia trigger you, please don't watch this. And if numbers trigger you, please don't watch this, because I am gonna mention my weight and calories and stuff like that. And yeah, there might be a lot of jump cuts of me remembering to say stuff and forgetting and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna get started. So as a child, around 4th and 5th grade, I became overweight. Also, sorry if I'm looking off. It helps me focus while talking about serious things. But I became overweight. And I wasn't like obese, but I was overweight. But I didn't care because I was a kid. I didn't think about it much. Didn't care about my appearance. And then in middle school, I was still overweight, and it didn't really bother me much. But then, like, towards the end of middle school, I tried to give myself an eating disorder, like, a few times. Like, I would try to throw up, and it'd last a week. Or I'd try to starve myself, it'd last a week. And I just always loved food, and I always told myself that I could never have an eating disorder because I love food too much. Yeah. Then summer before high school, I lost a lot of weight. I was in band, and I was a little bit above a healthy weight, so I was pretty fine. For my height, I mean, like, I was a healthy weight, well, a little bit above, which was fine. I looked healthy, I was fine. I was still eating a lot, but I was in band, so I was like working out a lot and like walking a lot with friends. And so whatever, go through 9th grade to summer of 9th grade, I was dating someone. And sometimes when you're in a relationship, you're happy a lot. And so we'd eat stuff a lot because we both loved food. And I quit band, and I gained a ton of weight. I was the highest weight I had ever been. Again, I wasn't obese, but I was a lot bigger than I was before. I was 170. And if you're over 170, please don't be triggered by me saying that, like, I hated my body and shit, because, like, my fat distribution wasn't good. Okay? So, yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad, Billy. I don't know. I'm just telling my story how it is. And then around towards kind of the end of 2016, before November, I just started really, really hating my body really badly. And then on Thanksgiving, and I don't, like, the only reason I remember the exact days because it was Thanksgiving, I decided that I was going to quit eating. And I did. And yeah, I set my calorie goal to 500. And I would always over-assume the calories of things. Like, if I was eating something that was 100 calories, I'd say, oh, well, it might be 200, just so I would never actually eat 500. And then I'd exercise every day until I was dizzy, and I'd walk until I was dizzy. And I lost, I can't do math, but I went from 170 to 130 in 2 months. And people started to notice. Doctors were congratulating me because they didn't know what was really going on. And a lot of my friends, like, noticed, and my close ones knew what was going on. And they would tell me that I need to stop, I need to get better, I need to get help. And I'm like, no, this will only last a while. Like, I'll be fine, I'll get better. Once I'm happy with my weight, I'll stop. But that's just not how it works. Once, my boyfriend at the time forced me to eat a piece of pizza, and I bawled my eyes out. over pizza. Food started terrifying me. Weight gain started terrifying me. Sorry, that was my watch. I became more depressed than I was, and again, I didn't mention this before, but I have been diagnosed with depression, but I was even worse. And all my friends, like, didn't seem to go away, but I left them. I never want to hang out with anyone anymore. I was always unhappy because I was so focused on my weight, and I thought that if I went to a friend's house, I wouldn't have enough time to work out, or I wouldn't walk enough. And then in around 2017, February or January, I decided I wanted to get better. I was tired of feeling dizzy, tired of literally passing out, because that had happened, and just tired of my life being unhappy. So I started eating again. Kind of. I went vegan. I'm vegan now, but like, we'll get to that later. I didn't do it to cut calories. I did it because that's a whole nother video why I'm vegan. But then I was like, Mom, if I'm gonna get better, we need to get a gym membership. So we did. And so what I do is I'd eat somewhat normally, like I raise my calories, but then I'd work every single bit off at the gym. Like every single bit, until I was so dizzy again. And yeah. So that only lasted a while, because then in February, I had a random freak out where I just ate a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of just unhealthy things. But I didn't want to keep that in my body, so I threw it all up. And that's how I developed bulimia. Now, I just love the feeling of being able to eat whatever and get it out of me. So it went from a few times a day to 13 times a day, and I'm not over exaggerating at all. We'd spend hundreds of dollars on food just so I could throw it up. And I also wasn't eating at all other than the times I'd throw up. And I tell people meaning my mom and like best friends, that I was keeping down a lot more than I actually was. And again, I didn't hang out with people. And now this time, it was because if I went to a friend's house, I wouldn't have more time to throw up. So I just never hung out with people. I wouldn't want to go out to eat with my parents or with friends or with anything. I would just stay home and literally be in the bathroom all day. I wouldn't have time to Skype friends. I wouldn't have time to talk to friends. And when I was texting friends, I'd act like I was fine when I was in the bathroom throwing up. And that's when my health really started getting messed up, because my throat was always sore. And I was dizzy again, tired. But I'd be like, no, I gotta get walking done, even though I wasn't fucking eating anything. And I would have pains in my stomach all the time. There's like a line on my stomach to this day. Well, I just recently started recovering, but like from where I would tuck my fingers under, sorry if that's triggering. And then I got down to 120 pounds, which is underweight for my height. And, yeah. Slowly it went from like 13 times a day back down to about like 5 times, like as the months went on. And, yeah. And I still, even when I was underweight, I still am that same weight, but, I might be a little bit more now, I'm not sure. I also weighed myself every single day when I had anorexia and bulimia. And now I don't at all. So I really don't know. But I was just never happy with myself or my body, even with literal bones sticking out my body. I was like, nope, you're a piece of shit. You don't look good. And then about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I'm not sure, 1 to 2 months ago, I really decided that I wanted to actually get better, because I was sick of being sick. And it took a bit. Like, I went down to about 1 time puking a day, and then I finally just completely just stopped. And I have had a few relapses, but that's prone to happen. I mean, some people, I'm sure, they can decide to get better and just do it and be fine, but then some people have relapses. Everyone's different. And I am vegan now, And I do work out now. I do yoga because I want to tone my body. And I do make sure I walk enough because that's good for you. And I have an Apple Watch, so I do track my calories and like my walking. But now I do it to make sure I'm eating enough because I'm vegan and I eat raw vegan other than my grains and stuff. It's really easy to undereat on a vegan lifestyle, like if you're eating really healthy like I do. So I count calories to make sure I'm eating enough. And yeah, I do want to start going to the gym again, but if I do, I'm gonna add even more calories every day because I want to gain some muscle. Not, sorry, my bunny. I'm not gonna do it to like lose weight. I'm probably about 125 or 123, which is still underweight, but yeah, I'm trying to get healthier, you know. Yeah. I'm trying to love my body more as well because I know I'm not fat, but there are times I think I am, or times I tell myself I'm not worthy of eating, but then I let those thoughts go and I eat anyways because I know what I'm eating is healthy and good for my body. And yeah, for Christmas I actually had some vegan cookies I made, which is a really big step up for me because I never eat unhealthy because I'm kind of terrified to, but I did anyways and it was fine. I didn't turn fat the next day. Nothing crazy happened, you know? Like, it's all about balance, even though I do eat pretty much healthy 100% of the time. But yeah, I hope that recovery keeps going well for me because it's been going pretty good so far. You know, I've been eating enough. I've only had a few relapses. You know, I've been working out but not intensely. That's why I keep track of how much I work out to make sure I'm not overworking myself. And if I do, then I just add more calories because I don't want to lose any more weight. I should be gaining a little bit, but I still am very terrified of gaining weight. But that's why I don't weigh myself. So if it happens, it happens. And yeah, I just want to be healthy now. I actually have been a lot happier since deciding to recover. I'm not so stressed about everything, not stressed about money, like from buying food. I'm not stressed about throwing up. I'm doing pretty good. I've been trying to hang out with people more, talk to people more, you know, Skype my best friend Anna more, rather than isolating myself from everyone. One problem I do have is smoking, because that help calms me rather than eating and throwing up, but I'm gonna try to get rid of that shit in the new year. And I think that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please don't let this happen to you if it hasn't. It's not worth it at all. If you're overweight, healthily get to the right weight. If you're at a healthy weight and just don't like your body, work out. But don't let yourself get underweight. Just do it to tone your body and shit. And if you're underweight, just gradually add more food. I mean, if anyone has any questions, comment down below. Yeah, bye. Daddy loves you all.